Hmm? Yeah, they were. Welcome to Coach Hawkins' influencer channel. Get influenced. That's like my slogan. Get influenced. What's up, James? Timmy? Carter? Hello? Yeah, if you'll just say hi and make sure I know who you are. Like I said before, I can only see how many are here. I can't see who is here yet. You're influenced already. Yeah, these actually are my gaming headphones. I wasn't planning on using these, but my mic wasn't working in my laptop, so. But just consider me an influencer today. All right, y'all had what homework? Was it skills practice or homework practice? Y'all had skills practice. All right, so I just did my first live earlier, and it went horribly wrong. A lot of the times, my mic wasn't working, the internet was going in and out. So this is just a test run today. I'll make adjustments and get an Ethernet cable or something if I have to for the next one. But um, we'll just make this work as best we can. So hopefully, yesterday was an easier lesson. So now that I finally figured out that I can actually use a whiteboard and it's not backwards to y'all, I don't actually need to use one. There's not really much work to be done. Um, Thank you for those of you that turned in your homework on time, and for those of you that did it on a separate sheet of paper as well, because I don't know if y'all know this, but I usually like stuff done on another piece of paper. Anywho. All right. So, said what last stream? All right. Um, let's do this. I'm going to call on one of you. I'm surprised why there are only 5 people here, though. I had one person tell me they're not going to be able to be here. Kevin is here, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin is here. He turns in his work on time. He's here. I'm impressed, Kevin. You are here. Get influenced. My wife thinks I'm stupid. Annie is here, indeed. Let me know if it comes back on. Oh, it is working. Okay, it's probably gonna come in and out. I'm telling you. I just disconnected a couple of things that were on my Wi-Fi, so maybe it'll be stronger. But um, I'm assuming that you can still read my texts. Oh, it says chat's disabled. Good lord, we're gonna we'll get through this, people. Uh, Amelia, that is perfect. Literally what my answer key says. There was only one thing. There wasn't even a series of transformations for this one. It was just um, two figures. The two figures are congruent because one translation will map triangle EFGH onto JKLM. Perfect. Oh, it's not. So you can still read my text. Good. Whatever. All right. A reflection. Would a reflection be good? Actually, let's take this time to talk about that question, Kevin. I'm so glad you asked that. Um, give me a yes or no if you think a reflection would be good. You don't say why, just yes or no. Because remember, you can also have, sometimes it can be more than one thing. James says no. For number one, Callaway, thanks for joining us. Kevin said, can you, we said Amelia's answer of translation is correct, but he said, can a reflection also work? It's getting heated here. It's a good thing you have an influencer like me to influence you. All right, so a lot of you are saying yes, and a lot of you would say yes because on your project, did you guys get a chance to read? If there's two of you that I didn't get to give your projects back, but did you get to read what I put? A lot of you missed the part about the reflection. And the whole reason is look at number one and we'll talk about it. This is why this is not a reflection. You cannot do a reflection. So not a reflection for number one, in case you can't hear me. All right, not a reflection because they're two different figures. You have figure EFGH and figure JKLM. A reflection would be reflecting one image. Okay, so if it was a reflection across the y-axis, then where it says K on the second figure, that should be H. Because think about it in a mirror, the closest thing to the mirror is going to be the closest thing you see. So point H would reflect over where point K is. Point E would reflect over where point J is. Point F would reflect over where point M is. And some of y'all even use the term flip. Think about it, if it was a flip, like Callaway just said, if it's a flip, well, then it's going to show you where those points are going to overlap. But a lot of y'all called your reflection a reflection that was actually a translation because all it did was just move it across an axis. We do need to vote for the winner of the project. I'll go ahead and tell you at the end of this video, I'll tell you who my vote is. There were three that were really super close and that it was going to be hard for me to decide. I just had to go with the one of those three that got 100. So if you got 100, it might have given that away. We are all here. Look at us and an extra person. Interesting. So Ramsey's here? Won't let her log in? Does she know that she doesn't have to be logged? Do you have to be logged in to be able to watch? Whatever. All right. Do you understand what I was saying about number one, why it cannot be a reflection? Because that was the main point I wanted to make if we did nothing else here. Ah, I got you. All right. I need everyone to listen and answer my question. Do you understand? Just to give me a yes or no, if you understand why number one cannot be a reflection. Hopefully, y'all are paying attention. Thank you for that, Sir Carter. That is very respectful. a yes, sir, and then no. So, Timmy, it's like if you were looking into a mirror and you saw me. While that would be pleasantly surprising for you, and you'd be really happy with that, you can't. Your reflection isn't going to create a new person. It's going to be you, and those are two different figures. They're congruent because they're the same shape and size, but they cannot be a reflection because they're not the same thing. All right. All right. Number two. Let's go ahead and move on to that. Let's say, James, why don't you type what you wrote for number two? This one is going to be a series of transformations. I can just picture Timmy sitting in her desk with his face like, okay. That's a good question. How will I do the wheel for the winner of the project? That's a good question. It might be like random number generator or something. But let's worry about that at the end. Let's get through this, checking this homework, because I got another class I got to do after this. All right, so James says you do a 90-degree rotation and then a translation. That's good. I would agree with that. There's something he should add to that. Anybody know it? First person that types it in and hits enter gets DIN points. And yes, I have already given DIN points. Like if people said good morning to me, Callaway, you get DIN points. How do you know how much you rotate it? Good question. For this one, you don't have to specify the degrees that you rotated it, since they're two different images, and we're doing a series of transformations. It doesn't really matter. All right. What is the question? Callaway got it first. We'll map figure. Ooh, except it's not figure A and figure B. We'll map TUS and WYX. I'll give it to you, Timmy. I'll give it to you. You should have said like triangle TUS or whatever, but I'll give it to you anyway. Which is exactly what Carter put. All right, Carter, I'll give both y'all points. What din are you in, Carter, again? Oh, yeah, Tribunal. Okay, cool. All right. Do we all see that? How a rotation and a translation. Oh, good one, Ramsey. Number three, Astro curve. Zach, go ahead and tell us what you put for number three. Type that in. And I'm going to go ahead and tell, let's see, let's have Annie get ready to do number four. Just have that ready. Hi, Brittany. Let's go, Zach. You're typing in number three, not yes. Thank you, Ramsey. You can do number five. Just have it ready. Don't type it in until we do three and four, though. Who asked, Collier? Just kidding. Yes, you can do number 6. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious, Timmy. Can you explain number 3 after Zach answers? You have no faith in Zach? All right, he says it's congruent because you can reflect the figure and it matches. Um, let's see. Do you guys agree with that? All right, so I would agree with that, and here's why. I know they have different points T and U and different points W and X, but they share a vertex of V. All right, so just to keep things consistent, I would like to call number 1 a translation, but number 3, since they share the same point, we're going to allow that to be a reflection. Good job. I don't even know. The wording is a little poopy. So Carter cleaned it up a little bit. A reflection will map triangle TVW onto UVX. All right. So can we just establish that rule? They share a vertex. You can call that a reflection. If they don't, we're just going to call it a translation. Keep it consistent. All right. Number 4. No, because it's not congruent. Do you remember anybody want to try to do a little cleaner interpretation? You're correct. It's not congruent. They're completely different sizes, and it's obvious. There was one thing that I asked you to put in between in the video yesterday. I said, if they're not, just say this one thing. And remember, I said the book was saying all this weird stuff like you could rotate it and translate it, and it's not going to overlap. But James nailed it. Good job. And so did Timmy, and so did Dylan. No sets or series of transformations can map figure ABCD to QRPS. Or, yeah. Okay, so no series of transformations. No, because no series of events, something, something. Yeah, we'll map it. Or we'll overlap them perfectly, or however you want to word it is fine. Carter, why do you have to be so great? Huh? You're making the rest of us look bad. All right, we're ready for number 5, Ramsey. We're moving right along. We're going to get done with this soon. Dylan, are you hijacking Ramsey's answer? Oh, you're saying no to what I said. All right, they are not congruent because no series of translations. Translations isn't the word we're looking for, because translation is a type of transformation. So it's no series of transformations. Okay. There you go. See, Callaway. Hey, I like that you guys are engaged. I appreciate that. I haven't heard from Kevin in a while, though. Oh, Lordy. I can only imagine what he's doing right now. You still with us, Kev? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to call you Kev while we're away. Where's Kev? What's up, Kev? Thanks for being here again. All right. And last, so do we all get that, right? I mean, you could look at those and see that they're not, but the explanation that I want was given by Ramsey. Good job. I was hoping I could start that Kev reaction. All right, number 6, Collier. All right, so yeah, I would agree. But listen, I need to take back some things I was saying earlier and clarify what I was talking about with the projects. Okay, so sorry, Timmy. I know I'm about to just confuse the heck out of you. Um, let's see. You're right. Who said that? We don't know. Callaway. Good point. We're not going to say that they're reflected over any axis because we don't know. Maybe they're in the same quadrant. Um, and Timmy, I don't know that you need a translation after the reflection. But earlier I was saying that number 1, we would just call it a translation, but we have to reflect number 6. We could also, I think, Timmy, what you were trying to say is you could do a rotation followed by a translation. That would work as well. But yeah, you have to do either a rotation and translation or simply a reflection to map QRST. Oh, thank you, Ramsey. All right, so before we get off here, let me explain again some of the mistakes I saw on the quiz that I don't want to see on on the project that I don't want to see on any quiz or test. If you do a rotation, let me draw this. You wouldn't, if you just do a reflection, you would still get it. You don't have to have it over an axis. You can do reflections without axes. We have this figure, so y'all can see this normally. It's not backwards. It's back. All right, cool. Let's do it well before it goes away. So you guys can see this normally, right? All right, cool. So if we did a reflection, some of y'all did it exactly the same. But remember, a reflection is a flip. So if we flipped it, then this A would flip over to B. So that is not correct. Whatever is closest is going to be the closest either way. Yeah, I'll bring them over. Can you bring the kids over in a second? Yeah. All right, so that would be a proper reflection. All right. For a rotation, you would have to point at least that you would pick that. Let's say we're rotating it this way 90 degrees. Well, 90 degrees would put A still at the peak right here, but what would go here? Well, if it turned, you would have C and B. Okay. But those were the two most common mistakes that I saw on the project quiz. You don't get the reflection? If we were reflecting this, and plus we had said when we did reflections, your order pair, if you're going across the x-axis, or we'll say y-axis since I drew this, if we're going across the y-axis, well then your x is going to be the opposite, but your y will remain the same. If you're going across the x-axis, your x would remain the same, but your y would change. It'd be the opposite. Yeah, don't worry, you're not alone. A lot of people did that. All right, so obviously this will be A, but this is going to reflect here because it's a flip. So you'd have a B and a C. Does that make sense? It's a reflection. Imagine if you know it goes too fast to see. If this was the mirror, the laser would. Can y'all see me? It looked like it went dead. It wouldn't make them not congruent. Jessica? Can you say hi? Can you say hi, Eddie? Hi. Say hi. Oh, yeah. So do y'all feel like you would get a reflection question right on a quiz or test? Actually, Timmy, I'm sorry, but Brittany is his favorite. All right, where's you are a young human. Where's Raylan? All right. I don't know that Raylan's going to come here. I hear him playing with some things, so. All right, so we're going to have one more lesson tomorrow. There's no homework today. There'll be one more lesson tomorrow, and we'll be done with this chapter. And we can take quiz and tests probably next week. That's okay. All right. Y'all take care. See you, Kev. See you, everybody. If you have any other questions or anything that you didn't get answered in this video, if I confused you for any reason, just send me a text, hopefully before 3 p.m. All right. Oh, the winner. Yes. I almost said off. And it's surprising that Annie wanted me to announce the winners because she is definitely my front runner right now. She's the person that I've chosen. Um, at this time, there's one more person that I have to grade theirs that is close, but looks like Annie's got the runaway. She did her work neatly. It's a super creative picture. I'll have to figure out a way to put it all on files, all these pictures, and I'll send them to y'all so y'all can vote. Yeah, Ramsey was had an awesome picture. Lots of y'all had great pictures. It just came down to accuracy. 12 hours. I mean, when you see Annie's, like I said, I'll put pictures on some document or file, and y'all can vote them. I might put them on Google Drive. And y'all can vote, but you'll see it has a ton of points. Like she ran out of room on her order pair sheet, the front and back, just doing her pre-image. So, yeah, she had to go on to notebook paper to do the rest. So